Hi, I am Salil Bhatia, and I am into counseling the study abroad students from India. Today I am in Toronto and I want to introduce you to Martin. He is CEO of PASGAE, and above all, he was a study abroad student when he came to Canada. Today he is a serial entrepreneur who has been coming out with a lot of innovations in the field of study abroad and specifically for the benefit of the students who are coming from abroad to study in Canada. So, hello Martin, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
And it's a beautiful weather in Toronto these days.
Toronto summer is the best.
Yeah. And now let's come back to the topic of study abroad. Thanks, you have been a veteran in that domain with some behind some well-established companies who have been facilitating the study abroad passage for the students. So, if I ask you, or if I just have a conversation on it rather than asking you, that what do you think are the 5 biggest challenges which a student face when he is planning to come to Canada to study, because you have yourself been a study abroad student and you have graduated from Waterloo University in technology. So please come out with what was your mindset when you were coming to Canada?
Yeah, so first you're going to like a place that you don't know, you've never been in majority of the time. Often you might have known a friend or you have a family member, but they're busy with their own life. Everyone's producing in this country, so it's like people are pretty busy with their life. And so the biggest thing was for me was culture shock and access to information. Am I doing the right decision or not? Is that the right program? Like, what is it there? How do I like navigate things? A lot of my concerns, the concerns that I had before I come here, and I talked to also people who successfully come here, a lot of the concerns is kind of like the fun part of it. Like, it's like going to do something that you didn't plan is actually make it fun. It's pretty safe country, so like people will figure it out. Like I've seen thousands of students in my career that they come in and almost everyone figure it out. And almost everyone worry first and then they figure it out. They get to find their roommates, they're like here or there. So a lot of the thing that like before I come to Canada, I was worried or people were worried about it is actually the thing that you should not that much be worried about it. The second piece is like the program and the school. I think that's something that people normally are not as worried about it, but actually they should really worry about it. That's where they should worry and spend a lot of time, rather than like accommodation and other things. And the reason is like there is like a couple of reasons that you're going to study abroad. Mostly is because you see going abroad creating a facilitate and create a lot of opportunities for you. Whether you want to go back to your country, you want then from Canada or the country that you're going to study to immigrate to a third country.
Yeah.
For example, you come to Canada, you study something, and then you go to US. And that was my life. I came to Canada, I got my master's degree.
Oh.
I didn't stay in Canada, I then immigrated to US. And then last but not the least, in certain circumstances, if you're obeying all the law and the program is available at the time that you are applying, you can actually stay in that country, like staying in Canada or staying in the US and be a productive member of the society. Then you can basically continues to like all the immigration rules and stuff, either permanently stay or you stay, for example, till you have a work permit, which is a couple of years, right? And basically, the piece that people should like do a lot of research is like, depends on what I want to do. Mostly people don't know at the time they want to apply. They want to have all the options. And if you look at the income data of international students, whether they went back or they went to another country or they stayed in that country that they studied, is very, very higher than like the students that never went abroad. So they want optionality. They're like, yeah, all 3. I'll see what happens. So it's very important that you choose a program or a field that there is a job demand for it, and in the world that is changing all the time, right? Historically, a lot of students were studying business programs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You come in, you
Yeah.
do it as a knowledge worker.
Yeah.
And why was very popular was because first you don't have to have very particular background. Business program takes everyone. It's kind of like more broad because after that you can get to sales, you can go to corporate jobs, you can go do your own business. It's very wide and like it's pretty good for assembling you for the next stage. More and more you could see too many people went to it, and the number of jobs that created in that category shrank and shrank. Now with the new things that we can do in a business, because of the AI and the continuous of that, more and more, at least as we see today, it might change in 5 years. There is not as many needs for business programs in the job market as before.
Okay, that's a big statement.
So, for example, like you could see like a very good like ChatGPT or Grok does a job of like an analyst to some extent, pretty good. So if before a company needed 10 people, now they need 3 people. You could see even the people who are in Canada, domestic, they're citizen, they went to the school here, they don't have language or culture barrier, and they studied business programs, they have a hard time finding jobs. Last year you saw like this was a report that came in the US that for the people who are studying MBA in the US, Americans, they have a hard time of finding the jobs. However, if you go 10 years ago, probably they were the best degrees to study. Go study MBA, you'll find a very good job in like a consultancy or in a bank or an investment banker. That's not true anymore. So what is at this time, like always problem solving, like degrees that is leading you to problem solve, like engineering degree, harder degrees. Like if I'm a student, if someone asks me what should I do, I say study something very hard. So you learn in the school how to learn a hard subject, and you can prepare yourself for doing something that is out of your comfort zone. Normally engineering degrees or science degrees, they're giving you that, and they're broad enough that after engineering you can almost do a lot of jobs because you learn how to solve a problem if you are a good student, right? The second thing that you see right now, but even that is a lot of like you see in computer science 4 years, 5 years ago, that was the best thing that you could study. Now there are a lot of arguments that with the rise of like AI coders, is web development the hottest thing that you can do, or design is coming up, coming down a lot as the AI tools can do a lot of that job. But there's still like a core science, core engineering giving you a lot of ability that even though AI can do some of your job, but using AI you can do a lot of more productive jobs. So I still at this time is better than business programs, for example. Of course, a student should like follow their passion, but also they have to know what they're going to end up doing.
If I come to summarize your whatever you have told as of now, I would summarize it that there are different phases of planning to go to study abroad. And the first, and which is the most important, is to understand that why you are going abroad, what you are going to study, and you need a support in that.
And that's more important than any other thing.
Yes.
Like that's the most important because, for example,
the second phase would come where you will start planning about how to execute it.
Sure. So in the first place, if I add 2 more things. So what we see right now, for example, in North America, UK or Australia, the major 4 main countries, that areas like trades and healthcare, domestically, people are not going as much. The population has grown. People are aging, they live longer, so they need more healthcare. And traditionally, there were not the degrees that international students study. Like less than 7% of the students go there. So there are a lot of job opportunities.
That's very less.
So it's like a lot of job opportunities in trades and healthcare as 2025 July that we are talking about. Right? So you see like, and it's remarkable. Like
Yeah.
for example, like we were like our first class of the people that they graduated from nursing related programs from nursing aid. You see like almost 100% of them they found jobs. Some of them before even they graduate. While them the computer students they had a hard time of finding even internship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like day and night different.
Yeah, I understand.
Now the second piece is execution. Portion of the finding of the opportunities also you can find out like where are the good areas for it. Like for example, if you go to, for example, let's say if you want to study mining, right? Going to somewhere like Canada, like Alberta or Saskatchewan is great. Most of the mining happening there, or like some portion of Ontario. So, but you kind of want to go where the industries are. If you want to study chemical engineering, definitely I recommend you go to Alberta. Right? There are a lot of oil and gas industries. If you want to right now you can't come for the college, but if you come for universities, for business, and you're like, no, I want to definitely do that, you probably want to be in Toronto area. That's where most of the banks and consultants are. So you kind of want to do, and to be honest, these days, this information is so accessible through ChatGPT. Any students, regardless of you have agents or not, they should do their own research to see where it is. Go to Indeed and search the jobs. See how many comes. This is not hard stuff that I'm telling you to find out. Now you were talking about a stage 2 execution.
So when we come to execution, like I bifurcated, one is when you make decisions. Once you have made a decision that now, yes, I want to go abroad, I want to go to this country. Now, let's take an example. You decided for Canada. Then you said, decide the region. That's the second part, where you have an expertise for the course for which you are going. Fine. Now come to the execution part. The execution part starts, I think the challenges could be how to finance. What is the kind of scope for that career which the child will be pursuing or a student will be pursuing in that particular country? How would he sustain in that country? Please correct me if I am jumping some sequence. The fourth would be that once he has completed, what are the scope of his settling down over there to work if he doesn't want to come back to the home country, like you said. There may be some people who would like to go back, some people who would like to go somewhere else, like you went from studied in Canada, Waterloo, and went to US. So that's what is the kind of scope that is available in that particular country, so that you can stay back.
If you decide. If you are obeying all the law, and the law at the time allows you to
do that.
Correct.
And the last one would be, if you stay back, if you decide to stay back, what is the kind of career and what is the kind of career support that you are going to get, and from where are you going to build up your career? So let's start with first things first, that now we decided that now this is the course. Now second is arranging the finance. Specifically, I'm talking in context to the students from India. Generally, they need hand-holding in that. So what do you think should they be doing, like scholarships or financing, or what is the best way out?
So for example, since we are talking about Canada, unless you are at a PhD level, and in some cases for master's degree in top universities, which normally you find a supervisor, there are not that many scholarships. So unfortunately. So, and the universities, they do have some scholarship. Mostly the scholarship go to domestic students, not the international students.
Of course, that makes sense.
And they're cheaper as well. So because the government giving grants, and then sometimes they give grant for particular things, so they want it to go to the taxpayers, right? It's almost in all countries. So then the finance is okay, then there's two things. So let's say you already decided the program, you already know your options for this giving me the first is aligned with my interest, but also this gives me the highest chance of success for my future. Then what do? Then the next step is so how much the program costs. So government says very clearly you need to have first year tuition fees paid, and also you have to have, starting this September, $23,000 to show the first year of living costs. Depends on lifestyle. Like it's 23. Like people leave a lot of time. I see students leave with around $1,000 a month, and some smaller cities lower. But also depends on lifestyle. Some people even $2,000 a month is not enough for them, right? So I think these numbers peaked a little at the higher end. Like you have your like a more lifestyle. So people lifestyle like normal people, like it's your choice. How to like doing it, but it's very important you have the bare minimum so you don't come in and actually have the stress of now how do I get money. Like I see a lot of times like people kind of they're like, oh, I'll figure it out. But like where do you want to figure it out? Like you gotta have a plan. You come like what's the point of you coming here and doing a study? So basically, and there I believe there like a third option is so basically it's family savings. A lot of families they see this is still to this date is one of the best investment that you can do for your children is to send them abroad, because even let's say cost 40, 50, even $100,000, if the family have that much money, that's like 2 years of salary after the person graduates, right? So it's like the ROI is very high. But if the family do have the money or they have the liquidity, sometimes the families don't have the money, or they do have the money and the money is in an asset that they don't want to sell the asset, but they have a liquidity issue. They don't have all $50,000 up front, but they can pay like $2,000 a month. Then in that option, if applicable, then loans come to the place. Right?
Okay, yes.
And so there, I believe, like for example, you're from India. There are a lot of banks in India that they take the asset as a collateral, and then they're providing you loans. I was in this industry, and I saw that a lot of students, that very top students, they can't afford to come to Canada to study. And I had a full scholarship to come here, but I came for my master's. But I saw like my other people how much suffering it is for them, and sometimes like they can't even dream big to change their life. So we decided to make a loan program for great ambitious students who can't afford it, but it's not quite they don't have any money, but they're like more have a financial issue in terms of like cash flow issue.
I would like to add here from the data of Indian perspective. There was a data published, a study was done, and it came to the conclusion that around 68% of the students are not able to come to various countries, developed countries for studying abroad just because of the financial constraints.
So 70%?
Around 70%.
That to me is, like if you go this number in Africa, it's like probably 95%, 97%. It's still India first, people earn more money compared to like Africa or Middle East. Second, there is still like a financial system at least. There's credit cards, there's lines.
So if we come out, first challenge is that. Then second, I think one of the big, having been counseling students and having been an academician for last 1.5 decades, I would say one of the challenges which Indian students face is how to inseminate into the society. They are very used to living in a family culture and in their secured environment. And sometimes when they decide to come out, the biggest hurdle they face is that what would be the cultural shock? What is the kind of behavior of the people with whom he's going to deal? What is the kind of stuff? What do you think as a student also, and as a person who has been dealing with the students, that, and as per se, as of now, there is no systematic approach. ChatGPT can tell you what is the behavior of the people.
So I'm going to give an advice that I made that mistake myself.
Okay.
So naturally, when you come right away, you want to go find your own community because you don't want to feel homesick, and you go live with your own friends. I came and I lived with family and like other Iranian students for 2 years.
Oh,
And as much as it had a lot of benefit, I didn't get the full benefits.
yes.
Till I went to US and I started living with my friends and roommates that they were not like
From your community.
yes, and they were actually Americans. I then really learned language.
Oh,
I really learned network.
yes.
I really expanded my network among. I would have seen my community anyway in the university, anyway in the party. So I don't need to also live with them.
Yes.
So if I go back, it's a little harder to find the first home. It's a little scarier. Maybe the first 4 months of it, you don't want to do it. And then after, if I go back after 4 months of being here, I will 100% find local people and I stay with them.
That's a very valuable advice.
Because I didn't quite learn English till I had to stop talking my own language. And then I started thinking in another language, like in English. And then I started like learning it. And then as a result, I started like expanding my network over my network. And sometimes we forget, we leave our home country to come to this country.
Yes. Yes.
Because this country has the benefits that is giving. If we want to come to this country and living completely with our own network, so why did we come here?
Yes.
And it's very easy to forget that, right? So I think if you're Iranian and you come to Canada, yes, of course you want to keep your roots, but majority of like a lot of the cultures and behavior, you need to be Canadian. And first of all, we owe it to this beautiful country, Canada.
Oh,
The door of this country is open,
yeah.
but when you come, you need to respect it.
Yes.
You need to respect it, and you need to live. Number two, it's better for you as a person.
Yeah.
When you come here and respect the law, when you come here, respect the society, when you come here and you try to basically learn the culture, follow it, respect the culture, try to some extent like evolve with it, the society would provide you more information and it accept you in it.
Okay.
Right? So, and I think living with a foreigner roommate, right, with a Canadian person in particular, really helped to accelerate it.
Absolutely.
Because
Yes.
I can tell you so many things that we do in our culture that might be okay, and in this culture not okay, or
Yes.
vice versa.
Yes.
So many things that we prevent ourselves from doing it because we are like, oh, that's rude in my culture. And in this culture, completely is okay.
Yeah.
And by you not doing that, you are kind of held yourself back. So I would say then in the universities, there are always a lot of parties, a lot of clubs, a lot of student things. That's the other, and another thing that I kind of used to some extent when I was in Waterloo, go to every single one of them. Sign up in the chess club, math club, poker club, go to the parties, go on travels. That there are always a lot of things happening in the school. A lot of students come here. If you have the financial resources, you don't have to like think immediately, I need to work from morning to night. Like this is the time that you learn English.
Yes.
Don't sit down at home and watch Netflix. Go out and like talk to people. Learn. Do some jobs that is really helping you for the future of your career. Try to create your network. Go to networking events. You are a student. Students are here to learn, right? And I think that's the real opportunity. And when you start doing it, is very uncomfortable. You're putting yourself out of your comfort zone. I can tell you, this is one of the best gifts that study abroad gives you, to put you in that uncomfortable zone. Because if you can go to a new culture and put yourself out of that comfort zone, you learned this skill set. Now, after that, you can do a lot of things.
I always say that if we leave a bird in the room, his or her maximum limit would be the roof of the room. And if you come out of your comfort zone, we leave the bird out in the sky, then there is no limit. The sky is the limit.
Yeah.
So
highly recommend.
Yes. I think that's
University
a very
and
valuable
college time.
takeaway from
Yeah.
this podcast, that when you come over here, don't try
To be comfortable.
Be comfortable. Try to be uncomfortable and come out of your comfort zone. And one very specific advice, try to live, don't try to always find your own community, because then again you will be in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Try to go out and learn about other communities, and the best way is to live with them.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. Don't take me wrong.
Yeah.
It is very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But it's very useful on comfort.
So
So
I
it's
could
actually
make
kind
it
of
out.
like there is a
The-
YouTube channel. They say seek discomfort.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like literally you're seeking discomfort.
Discomfort.
Go for challenges. You know.
Yeah. That's right. Now, if we come down to the other part of it, the other challenge which is specifically coming for Canada, when I'm coming from India, so I can tell you that the students are asking me, there are no jobs.
Yes.
There is some kind of scenario created by the social media
Yeah.
that there are no jobs for the students. And even though they don't understand, some of the students don't understand that student jobs are very much a part of the working culture of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Back home, we don't have that kind of culture where the students while studying can work. But here, they're very much part of it. So how do they go ahead and find jobs? And specifically in Canada's today's scenario, do you think the things are all that bad?
So, let's look at it statistically. The unemployment rate is about 2% higher than what it was before. So there are some
Okay.
truths to it.
Okay.
The economy and the numbers of growth is doing well, but unemployment rate is higher, and a lot of it is not because of the job creation, it's because of in 2022, 2023, and to some portion of 2024, a lot of immigrants came. So they haven't been absorbed fully by the workplace. So finding a student job is not as easy before.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is like more normal than what it was in 2021 or 2022, because of the pandemic was finishing and a lot of businesses have a hard time of bringing back their employees. You walk any coffee shop, they were hiring.
Yeah.
So it's not like there is no jobs right now. Before, you didn't even have to do any effort.
Yeah.
I can tell you, like watching our students, because one of the things that we do in Passage, when we provide them loan, we want to make sure that they can pay it back.
Yeah.
So we help them with
Okay.
like their resume. We help them with like going to interview. We sometimes
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Let's keep
But-
it generic.
But one thing that I wanted to say, like we normally see people say there's no jobs, and then you look at the resume, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
They look at it and say, okay, how did you apply? They're like, oh, I applied to 3 jobs. Or it says like, I applied to like 50 jobs, right? So if I want to wrap up, generally speaking, yes, jobs are right now harder than what it was 2-3 years ago, but it doesn't mean there's no jobs.
Yes.
You need to be more prepared,
Yeah.
you know. It takes more time. You need to be better. You need to be best of yourself. You need to compete to get it.
Yeah, that's true with all kinds of scenarios, rather.
Yeah.
The survival of the fittest, Darwin's theory, have always been working. So you have to be the fittest. You be the fittest, and
It's not only Canada. US is exactly the same thing.
Absolutely everywhere. Back home, India also.
Yeah. Interest rates are
Yeah.
higher, so
Yeah.
the businesses they're not borrowing as much money to create.
Curate.
Yeah,
And
jobs.
second, I could make it out that even finding a job back home is not so easy. Finding a job everywhere in the world, I think, is have got a one simple rule: you solve the problem of the company, and the company will hire you. If you don't solve their problem, why would anybody hire you?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's same everywhere. Now, since all this discussed, now I'll come back to what actually you are doing, because I found it very interesting when we had a brief talk about Passage and what Passage is being doing, and at least coming with a background of around 8 to 10 years of counseling students for study abroad from India. I thought we had discussions 2-3 years back also, and we actually noted down these challenges. At that time, I think your concentration was more towards finding the courses and admitting the students for the courses. Now, since you have come back to it, please let us know a brief about what PASGAE is doing, what is the philosophy, why did you establish it, and what prompted you to come out with PASGAE.
Yeah. So
First, the name. Why PASGAE?
why PASGAE? Because PASGAE.com. It's like PASGAE is like what you go through. It's like the rite of passage. You go to become better.
Yes.
You know, this is your pathway. My study abroad, the story changed my life, and it changed my family.
Oh.
When I came to Waterloo, my life trajectory became so much better. It created so much opportunity for me.
Yeah.
Immediately, I brought my brothers, and same thing happened to them. Then my family come here, and we all living here. If it was not because of coming here and study, maybe I would have never even been remotely as successful as right now.
Oh. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want this success story.
That's a part of something emotional. I could see it on your face.
Oh no, I mean like I want this success for everyone.
Yeah.
And not only for international students, for domestic students. I want and if you look at the data of income of the people, you don't see, you see that people who are educated, international or domestic, they're doing so much better for the people who are not educated on aggregate.
Yes.
So by a mile, it's by very different. People who are educated, they're doing it better. So, and I truly believe in this thing that Nelson Mandela says there's no better tool than education to end the cycle of poverty.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when people get educated, they're better human beings.
Yes.
They understand each other more. They're more peaceful. They're more hardworking on their own. And I'm not talking about only like a traditional higher education. It's like people, when they have more knowledge, they're more understandable.
Yes.
A lot of wars, a lot of the problems that we see in the societies around the world is because people just don't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
One of the beauty of a study abroad, that you come out of your comfortable zone, you go to a place that you respect the other land, and you also get to know friends from all over the world. I remember the person who I was playing poker with. He was an Indian PhD student in computer science, and he actually ended up going to Google to be like a machine learning AI engineer. And I just loved when we were playing for hours and hours, and he was telling me about Indian culture, and I was telling him about Iranian culture. Then forever, anywhere I go, any company I go, I know that knowledge. And it was so joyful for me.
Yeah.
I think even like for the people who they can have like a good education back home, I think during the college is a very good time. It's a safe time. You are young, you are energetic to go abroad and study. Even if you want to go back,
Yes.
it's a very, very good time.
Absolutely.
This, unfortunately, only less than 5% of all the students can come with a full scholarship the way that I came. Mostly it's PhDs and some masters. And every year that number is shrinking.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
So I think last year was not even 3%.
Oh.
So it means 97% of the students should come with the money. And I was like, I say like people who need money the most / poor people, they need this education the most to get the break out of the cycle of poverty.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't have the money to get to the education. And so you see this cycle can't repeat. So if you don't give people the opportunity, how could they change?
Yeah.
And I thought like domestically, like there are a lot of student loans, but for international students that not there. And not for someone who don't have money. Sometimes I see students that they need $30,000 and they have like $22,000. You're like, $8,000, nothing. When you come and work here, it's 2-3 months of salary. But in, for example, a country like Iran, that could be 4 years of salary,
Yeah.
3 years of salary. And the person for $8,000, they go to they go to save $8,000 so they can afford it. Then their age goes up, so no longer then they have opportunity.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't we have this macro loans to provide for the fields that they can bring people? So we started with that idea. Let's provide loans for people around the world who want to come to Canada. And then we were like, okay, so I can't give you loan to go study like 4 years of bachelor. It takes $300,000. It's too much.
Yeah.
We said, why don't we select the programs that are cheap and short, so you can graduate soon, go to university, go to work, and pay us back, but it has a very good ROI, return on investment. So, for example, we can lend you $30,000, and then you can go get a job within a year, $60,000, $100,000. It turned out they are the jobs that actually the society really need them, like healthcare and trades.
Yeah, you already mentioned.
And some STEM programs. So we decided to focus on that. We said, if you want to come here to Canada, if you want to study, for example, practical nursing, if you want to come here and become an electrician, we provide majority portion of the financial, not 100%, but like majority portion of financial, because we want them to still have a skin in the game. And then come here, we help you, we help you do your resume, we help you like apply for internship. If you have questions, you can always ask us. We help you with your accommodation. If you can't find it, we have some partners like to help you with that. And then you can come and change your life. And of course, like, there's 2 requests for that. Yes, first, be great students, go find a job and pay back our money, right? So we can give it to the next person, right? At the end of the story, we are a business, so we need to get money to go to the next person. And second thing is, when you make it, when you become someone successful, help another person.
Yeah.
So this cycle of like people help other people can continue.
So if I sum it up, that Passage has been formed with a kind of objective or a dream that we create a conducive environment for the students where they come abroad, specifically Canada, and Passage handholds them, helps them on the back end to establish themselves professionally and start their study abroad journey. With ease, with financial support, with supporting them how to understand socio-culture behavior.
It's a competitive program, so we don't accept everyone. They go through an interview with our AI system. We look at them, so it's a competitive. So we select the best students who really have the desire to change their life. You know,
not for everyone. Of course. So
some people don't want to change their life, right?
This was wonderful talking to you. And it's really very, very encouraging to see somebody doing something for the community where he felt that there were the shortcomings. We'll be doing part 2, of course, with you, where I would like to understand more about Passage, the way it is doing, the way it is going to help the students, specifically financing part of it. Then what is the kind of socio-culture things that we were talking that we will let the students know when they land here or even before they land. What is the kind of help we can give them before they land there? Then housing support, then getting them internships, then helping them in immigrating, and then or getting postgraduate work permits, and all those kind of stuff, helping them find a proper course with the help of AI and everything. So do keep tuning for the part 2. We have got hold of Martin. He's a busy man, a very serial entrepreneur. I could not get hold of him for a long time. I've been chasing him from Rajasthan, and I could get him. So I would like that you get a lot of benefit from what he has to share with you. So we'll do keep tuning for the part 2 of it, where we will explain how Passage can help you and then you can start your journey and come back with your questions on this below with the question answer session. Thank you very much. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
And give us more time.
Oh, for sure. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.